And now that our peppers are roasting, we are moving on to bread.
That's right.
So what's very interesting to me is I've been taught that the more you knead bread, the better it is. Yours is completely different. There's no kneading at all. Tell us about it.
That's correct. Because we love to have bread every day with our olive oil, we had to come up with something where we are not constantly kneading.
Okay.
And this recipe, there isn't any kneading.
Okay.
So, very simple,
Show
3
us what you
steps. I have 3 cups of bread flour.
Okay.
I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt.
All right. That's
A
simple.
1/4 teaspoon of yeast is all we need.
Okay.
I'll stir the dry ingredients together. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of cool water.
Cool water. It's against the law.
I know.
They said always warm water.
110 degrees, not with this.
The things have gone easier. All of this is just, everybody can do this. And so no kneading, you just make the
That's
dough.
correct. So I'm going to stir this together until it becomes a sticky dough.
It goes against everything that I have ever been taught about baking bread. I mean, this is...
Well, and if you want to have it every day, this is the perfect solution. All right, so as you can see, it's coming together, and we're going to cover it tightly and
That's
let it.
it?
We're going to
Can you
cover
believe
it
this?
tightly.
Okay.
We're going to let it rise for 18 to 24 hours. The time is what takes care of the kneading for us. So yesterday,
Yes.
as I put this aside, I got one ready, and as you can see, it's doubled in size, and
So
it's
it will
covered.
not, it will not go over the over dish because
No.
you should know. It was
Right,
Huh.
exactly. Well, we're going to have
Very
a second
interesting.
proofing.
Okay.
So I have, it's covered in tiny bubbles. That's the yeast working, and about double in size.
And what's next? What do
All
we
right.
do next?
So next, we're going to cover it with just enough flour to help it ease out of the bowl, because we don't really want to overwork it. And then I'm going to prepare our sheet. We have a plain cooking sheet and a linen or cotton tea towel.
Very good.
And we're going to dust this again with just enough flour. I like to use a little bit of cornmeal as well because it gives that kind of a nutty texture.
I do like that too, yeah.
Kind of like a ciabatta in Italy. So we're going to take our spoon and slowly ease this from the bowl. And the goal is to get it onto the towel.
Pay attention, pay close attention to this recipe because in one of the future episodes, I'm going to show you the way I've been taught to make bread, which is a hard labor. So I want you to compare these two recipes. So, okay, let's see what comes out of this.
Again,
All right.
we're going to add just enough flour and cornmeal to keep it from sticky. So what I'll do is put a little bit around.
Yes.
It really is this simple.
So no kneading at all?
No, we're not going to touch it. Well, I'm going to shape it, and that is it. Yep, literally. And basically, all I'm doing is making sure that I've got enough flour. It's a little tacky over here.
Okay, it's amazing. Now, so we have a recipe that's absolutely easy to make, and
There you go.
yet very few families bake bread today.
Exactly,
So
but with
why
our
is that?
olive oil and this simple recipe, you can have fresh bread daily.
So can you imagine if we could bring a fresh bread back into American homes? I think we could bring
We
so
would all
many.
gain 10 pounds. All right, so now I've just covered it, and we're going to let this rest. It'll be our second proofing
Okay.
for an hour to an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most, and we'll bake it off.
Sounds great. So with recipe like this, I think none of you have excuse not to make bread. And baking bread, there's just something special about that. I think in so many ways, it brings memories, it brings homes, it brings special moments in a home.
It does. It evokes things like going to Grandma's house.
Yes, and so we can be the grandma's house. And
We
we
are
are
the
the
grandma's
grandma's house just to the near future. So I hope you will be encouraged with this recipe because it really doesn't require time or effort.
No, it's that simple.
And you can create that special atmosphere in your home around the fresh baking bread in your home.
You got it. All right, so our next step is going to be a vinegar and fig reduction to marry with the olive oil and dip in our bread.
Sounds good. Okay,
You ready?
I'm game. Okay, what